Tamil family's deportation from Australia halted mid-air. This is the family. Nadesalingam and Priya met and married in Australia after fleeing Sri Lanka's civil war. In this photo you see, Australian-born Tharunicaa, left, and Kopika, right, were reportedly separated from both parents when they were being transported across Australia. The family contacted their supporters for help from the flight to Sri Lanka. All photos may not represent the story. Watch to become bilingual, as this video is especially made for English learners. Australian activists have managed to halt the midnight deportation of a Tamil asylum-seeker family as they were being flown out of the country. An injunction was granted mid-air. It paused the removal of Nadesalingam, Priya, and their 2 daughters to Sri Lanka. The family's case has provoked national outcry since March last year, when authorities forcibly removed them from their home in Queensland. Australia defended their expulsion on Friday, saying they were not refugees. They're not owed protection by our country, Home Affairs Minister Peter Dutton told local media outlets. He said the family's asylum claim had been comprehensively assessed and rejected by immigration authorities. Successive legal appeals in recent times for the parents and eldest child have also failed. The parents of the family, Nadesalingam and Priya, met and married in Australia after fleeing Sri Lanka's civil war. 2-year-old Tharunicaa and her 4-year-old sister, Kopika, were both born in Australia. Supporters say they risk persecution if they are returned to Sri Lanka due to their past political links. The family worked and lived in the small country town of bilingual for 3 years, before they were forcibly removed to detention centres last March. The dawn raid, carried out by a dozen officers, prompted a huge response from the community, who have since lobbied for their return. In a dramatic development on Friday, a federal court extended an injunction that stops the government from deporting the youngest child before next Wednesday. It is unclear whether the government will allow that reprieve to include the rest of the family, who have only been publicly identified by their first names. Given the circumstances, it would be a pretty inhumane thing to do to separate the family at this point, lawyer Karina Ford told reporters. How was their deportation stopped mid-air? Protesters rushed to Melbourne Airport on Thursday night, upon learning the family were facing sudden deportation. Their plane took off at about 2300 local time, 12 o'clock Greenwich Mean Time, but lawyers succeeded, during the flight, in securing a last-minute order preventing Tharunicaa's deportation. That injunction, ordered over the phone by a judge, forced the plane to land over 3,000 kilometres (1,850 miles) away in Darwin, Australia's northernmost major city, at about 3 o'clock local time on Friday. Activist footage posted on social media shows the family being escorted from the plane by guards. The family's contacts said Priya had not been allowed to sit with her children during the flight. On Friday, many Australians, including lawmakers, expressed anger online over the family's treatment and called for the government to show compassion. Sarah Hanson-Young tweeted, "I urge the Prime Minister to intervene to offer compassion and grace to the Tamil family. He can save them from being deported. The 2 children must be so scared. It does no harm to allow them stay so they can get on with school and being young healthy kids." News from BBC. Please subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching.